Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm getting to one that I know a lot of you wanted to see me cover. This is Radiance, the latest solo game of the month series game, and no disclaimer for crowdfunding coverage. I don't take any money from publishers, I just want to help you make an informed decision and show off the game. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. I'm just about to hit, at the end of this month, 100 bonus videos on the Patreon. So much content if you want to go and support us there. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions. We'll be having our top games of 2025 podcast in a few weeks. Or you can join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Radiance is a primarily solo game. There is a two-player mode, but I didn't look into it much. I don't think I had enough components sent to me in the prototype. But this is a prototype, just to make sure that's clear, even though it looks really great. It's not 100% done yet. I think they're going to have more unique art. Right now it's one piece for each class, profession, and luminary, I think they're called. Also, this game has a bunch of rules, and I didn't have a printed version of the rulebook, so I might get some words and things wrong. I might miss some details. Certainly don't watch this when the game actually delivers and think you're getting a full, perfect rules teach, but I'm going to do my best. I know the games seemed pretty complicated, but actually I think it flows pretty dang smoothly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play, and I'm going to try to just explain things as they come up, because I think the game, again, plays pretty well. There's just like a lot of kind of extra little rules and like extra things you can do, but they don't come into play most of the time. But yes, I'm going to be playing as a solo character. This game's very similar to Mage Knight, Dragons of Etchinstone, if you played that one from the same designer, Joe Klipfel, and Lord of the Rings, the LCG. Those are kind of the main comps if you're wanting to get a feel for how the game works. And to create your character, you pick one luminary. I've gone for courage, and one profession. I've gone for wayfarer. Each of them is going to make up half, as you can see, of your player board here. And they're going to give you these different abilities you can unlock. And then additionally, they're going to each give you 6 cards for your starting deck of 12. Courage is a luminary that's very focused on using what are called beacons for a lot of their powers. And the Wayfarer is very good at traveling and using kind of things related to the location to help them. So each profession in Luminary has kind of its own focus. But I start with none of these unlocked. Oh, sorry, I do start with one unlocked. What am I talking about? So I can either unlock Spark, which is going to let me level up a little bit more quickly, or I can unlock Flare, which is going to let me control the enemies more easily. And both of them have the Earth element on their little unlock symbol here, showing that they are currently locked. I'll just slide that over when I unlock them and gain access to them. You'll also see the wind element and the fire element. There are 3 elements, and at the beginning of the game, you randomly place these element tokens on these abilities. So every time you play, you're going to have different combinations. And the key thing is that generally, I can only have one element active at a time. So even if I've unlocked most of these abilities, I would only be able to use the earth when I have an earth card in my boost area. I'll only be able to use the wind when I have a wind card. So you're not going to have all your abilities active and having to be minded at a time. But yes, I do start out with one ability. I guess I'll go for flares, because you start with a bunch of enemies early on, and I don't want to be overwhelmed too quickly. And just to show why did I unlock one ability, you start with 2 ways to level up, kind of the roots and the leaves of the tree. This one's going to determine this track, kind of your core stats, how much energy, light you recover every turn, what your max card size is or hand size is. This one is all about unlocking cards and also upgrading your deck. You'll see there's one little unlock symbol there, so I have one ability unlocked. When I level this up, I'll have 2 more unlocked, then I'll get to add a card to my deck. It's all pretty straightforward. I also start with 7 cards in my hand. Your real hand size is 6, but at the beginning of the game, you're going to take one of these 7 and put it as your starting Explore card, so you'll only have 6 in your hand in a second. So I'm not going to think too deeply about this. I want to be able to explore a little bit, but also maybe not leave my initial location too quickly. So let's go for Foresight. It's got a 5 Explore value there. I just put in this little Explore slot. So my actual hand is here now, these 6 cards. There seems to be a lot of stuff on them. Again, just bear with me. I'll explain it all. It's not too bad. I'm also going to start out with 3 threat worth of enemies. So you have 2 types of enemy decks. You have Dusk and Doom. Whenever you are spawning 5 threat or more worth, you pull from the Doom pile. Whenever it's 4 or less, you pull from Dusk. So I decided I'm getting 3 at the start of the game. So I'm going to flip one person at a time, see what their threat value is. In this case, it's 1. So I have 2 more threat left to spend. I'm also going to look at where this guy spawns in my little quest area. If it's got an arrow pointing to the right here, like this one, then they're a fast enemy, and they're going to go to the front of the quest queue. Which is 1 card right now, himself. But yes, it goes there. If it's an arrow to the left, it'll go to the back. Okay, here we go. That's 2 more shadow. And this has an arrow going to the front. So they're going to jump in front of this guy. And I've now added up to 3. Now, you can go above your spawning value. So like if I had pulled a 2 and then another 2, getting to 4, I still would have put them both out. It just would have been bad luck for me. And this order here, the Threaten Swifter being in front of the Soul Scout, matters because generally the rightmost enemy is going to engage you first. So you'll be fighting them earlier. Now, I do need to see if there's any special powers. This guy has a when defeated power. We can ignore that for now. And this guy has a when you attack this enemy. We can ignore that. So they're just hanging out. This is called my queue area, my quest area. If you've played Lord of the Rings, these are enemies who are basically going to be messing up your questing in the location, but not actually attacking you yet. Basically the same mechanic. I've also got an active Treachery card, which does nothing right now, but if I don't manage my enemies in the quest area well enough, their threat is going to build up tokens on this, and if it gets to 6, it pops, it gets completed, I get a negative effect, and then I get an ongoing negative power for the rest of the game. So I don't want to be too uncareful, that's not a word. I don't want to be too stupid in how I'm managing these guys. I'm also on an initial location, far home. I'm going to be traveling to try to find my villain. I forget what they're called. I think Shades. In this case, it is Greed. I picked Greed because they're the fastest one. They're kind of like the tutorial boss in the game. I'm also playing on normal difficulty, which I've been winning pretty handily once you get the core mechanics of the game down. I kind of should be playing on a harder difficulty, but I wanted to show you all a full game in a not crazy amount of time because my plays have been like 90 minutes or a little bit more, maybe even 2 hours. So I figured a shorter boss and an easier difficulty setting will kind of show things off a bit more. But as you watch, don't be like, wow, this game is so easy, because yeah, I'm playing on an easier difficulty. Of course, it's going to be easier. And then watch, I'll die horribly. But yeah, so Greed has some special, this is like the final boss I have to defeat. If I can find him and defeat him, I win the game before I die. So set up, remove all locations with a 6 in their coordinates from the game. So this location deck has a whole bunch of places I can go to, and they're all coordinates 1 through 6, like far home where I'm starting is 1, 1. So you could almost lay them out in a 6x6 grid, 36 locations, and there'd be 1 for every, row and column value of 6. But Greed is just shrinking the map, taking out all the 6 value ones, so it's a lot smaller. And then you've got your target location. This is where you need to get to find the guy and kill him. So if I can get to Northwood City 4-3, Soul 5-1, or Garadeth 1-5, then I will fight him the next round and try to win. It says when revealed, he's going to add more enemies. So like there will be a lot of people guarding him no matter what. I lose if I get to 5 corruption. This is something that's going to be building up every single time that I reshuffle my decks. This is a hard timer. Or if 3 treacheries have been completed, like that tracked down one there. And he has a special thing that says you cannot travel to any of the final locations until you've done at least 2 other locations. And fetch actions cost a bit less experience. So it's a little bit easier. Fetch action is like a way you can get one of those locations without having to draw it randomly. So I'm basically trying to travel from location to location, trying to get closer to one of his coordinates, find one of his locations, spawn him, and kill him. And the more I travel, the more I'm going to reduce his influence, so he's not going to be as tough when I fight him. And again, he's requiring me to travel at least twice. So that's kind of what the goal is. I got to explore Farhome whenever I've built up to its value. Again, this is a lot like Lord of the Rings LCG or Earthborn Rangers. Whenever I get to that value or more, I'll get to travel to a new location. Once I've done that at least twice, I can get to one of his locations and fight him. Enemies will be spawning every turn. I'll be using my cards, as I'll show you in a second. And that's the basic gist of what we're doing. But with all that put out there, let's get to round 1. I'm going to talk through each phase bit by bit. Again, I'm not going to explain like every possibility and every tactical option available to you, just the core basics you need to go. So first we go into the staging enemies phase. And I have this threat track right here. And you see it starts on the 0 space and it's going to be moving around. and I am looking whatever threat bar is above my current space. So while I'm on 0, 1, and 2, the threat value is 3. It can eventually be 4, 5, 6. So right now I'm spawning 3 points worth of enemies like I did at the beginning of the game. The location can also build up threat tokens, and I would add those to the amount I'm spawning. So right now I'm doing 3, but if there was 1 here, I'd be spawning 4. And this works out identically to what you saw before. So I've got a Terra Guard Watchman. He's a 2 and slow, so he goes to the back. And I've got a Geradeth Seeker. He is a 1 and fast, so he goes to the front. And that is my full 3. Once again, I got lucky. This guy's got a Q ability, so if he is in the quest area, he's going to do some annoying things, but we're not going to worry about that yet. Okay, now I'm going to do my core thing, and this is right out of Dragons of Etchinstone, if you've seen my coverage of that or seen that Chip Theory game by the same designer. We're going to build what's called an action set. So I've got 6 cards in my hand. I've got this 1 Explorer card. You will always have an Explorer card already there, because each turn I'm going to play an attack card, and that card will slide at the end of the round into the Explorer slot. So I'm picking 3 cards, 1 for my boost area over here, 1 for my ability area over here, and 1 for my attack area. So let's look at a card and kind of understand what we're doing. So this is the attack value of the card, how much I'm going to get to hit enemies with or for. So the higher the better. This is the explore area. You already got that. And then this is very important. This is how much light the card is going to cost. More powerful cards will cost more light. And you can upgrade your cards later. They become way more expensive, but ridiculously powerful. Like, look, 5 becomes 13, and the abilities and things change. But yes, so the light value is very important because that's your kind of core resource you're managing to play your cards. So that's attack and explore, pretty basic. Additionally, each card has its boost area, because I'm going to play 1 card over here as a boost. And this is going to help my attack for the round. It's going to add to whatever card I played to the attack area. It's going to help my explore for the round, give me more explore. It's also going to determine my element for the round, which can have a few effects, but the main thing, as I already said, is it will let me activate my abilities. So like right now, if I pick a card that has, sorry, it's kind of at the top of the screen there. If I pick a card that has the Earth element, I can use my unlocked Flares ability. If I don't, I can't use Flares. So that's what the boost card does. And then finally over here, you get a card that actually lets you use its little ability here. They can be a one-time ability that I can use in a specific phase, like this one that lets me attack harder. It can be an ongoing power that gives me a bonus. And this is where kind of the most reading happens, but often you can kind of figure out like what your abilities and values are, and then just like pick the best ability to match things. You don't have to obsess over it too much. Now, before I decide my action set, let's look at what's about to happen. I'm going to have the engagement phase in a moment, where 1 or more of these enemies is going to come down into my player area, where I can attack them and they can attack me, while these people left in the quest area are going to subtract from my exploration, potentially add tokens to the treachery, and stop me from exploring the location to travel to the next one. And your engagement value, how many people you're going to engage, is based on the current light level that you have, your resource. You start out at 20, but I'm about to pay for a bunch of cards, so if it goes to 15 or less, I'll be pulling 2 enemies, engaging with 2 of them. If it goes to 11 or less, I'll be engaging 3, and so on. Eventually, you also get some like automatic negative effects. We hope not to go that low. So another reason you want to pay attention to how much light your cards are going to cost when you build your action set. But then my Flare's ability, if I activate it by doing the Earth element, will let me pull 1 fast enemy, or I can spend an experience, which I don't have any of, to instead pull every slow enemy. So long story short, I might have 2 or even 3 enemies come down. If I do, I want to be able to kill a lot of them. This is their health. This is their defense. This, by the way, is an icon they're going to change because it is so stupidly tiny. But if you can see in that little shield there, move my thumb out of the way, that's cross sword, so they have physical defense. Whereas these guys have like a little burst power. That's magic defense. It's not called magic. It has some other name, but whatever. So yeah, that'll be bigger. It's a little bit hard for me to see. But yeah, so how it works is like your attack each round will have magic or physical. And if it matches their defense, you'll have to also deal their defense to them. And then if you can deal the damage, you kill them. So I'm probably going to have 2 or 3 enemies coming to mess with me is my thought. Most likely, I think 2, and they each have different types of defense. So it looks like the best I can do is like a magic attack, because this guy has a physical attack, because this guy has higher magic defense, which would then need 2 plus 3 plus 2, 7 attack is kind of the value I'm going for. But I'm also going to move whatever my attack is to the explorer, so I don't want it to be like terrible at exploring. So let's maybe do, I don't want to do like a huge attack yet. So maybe do this, light the path with 5 attack. Let's do hasten for my boost, which is going to be plus 2 attack, plus 1 explorer, and will give me earth to activate flares. And then just because I'm worried more enemies might come out, I'm going to use against all odds for my ability. It says once per attack phase, increase my attack by the number of enemies in your player area that have been pulled down. Okay, so that's my attack. My attack set, my action set, whatever it's called. So I spent 2, 4, 5 light. Notice that I don't pay attention to my explorer card because theoretically I already paid for that the previous round. Now in this case, I just added this one for free during setup. But I wanted to play for light the path next round. But yeah, so I'm spending 5, which does get me right to the engage 2 section. And importantly, my current recovery stat is 4 light, so I am working at a 1 deficit here. I'm only going to go back to 19 at the end of the round. Okay, now we go to the engage step. So the Gyarados Seeker is going to come down because he was the most rightmost. And then the Threaten Swifter, because I was pulling 2 people. And then once during this turn, I can activate flares to pull another dude down if I so choose. Not sure if I'm going to yet. Okay, now I go to the darkness step. This is where I'm using my exploration, which to check again is 5. Plus 1, 6. And I can freely split those 6 explore points between covering the threat value of enemies still in my quest area, which would be up to 3, so I can't spend more than 3, and putting it as progress on my location. If I get to 4, I'll travel. I actually don't want to travel this round. You don't want to necessarily travel right away on your first turn. So I think covering them for 3 and getting 3 out of 4 on this. Oh, I forgot. Oh, shoot, I did forget. You may spend 1 free light once per round, which means actually my action set would have only cost me 4, which means I'm only engaging 1 person. You know what? That's okay, because I'll go ahead and say I used flares, my once per turn ability, to pull whoever the extra guy was to keep us in the same situation. So I would have only engaged 1 enemy, but I used flares to get another one. Although, actually, sorry. So where was I? I think the Gyarados, I think it was like that, right? So I would have had to engage him, but I can pull any fast person. I'm going to actually pull the Soul Scout, because when I kill him, I'll pull the next guy. I'll engage the Threaten Swifter as well, and I think with my ability, I can kill them both. Sorry, everybody. But okay, now, getting back to it. So I have 6 Explorer and now 4 threat to cover, so that's fine. I'll spend 4 of my Explorer for that, spend 2 to put 2 progress on Farhome out of the 4 it needs. Now, I could have chosen to not cover their full threat, and gotten all 4 on this to go ahead and travel now. But every unresolved or matched threat from the enemies goes on the treachery. Again, building up to the 6 to make it completed and do its negative stuff. But yeah, so I spent 4 to handle their 2 plus 2, 4, 2 to advance there. And yeah, so that's the explore and travel step. So technically I do that first, the darkness step, then I do the travel step. I'm not traveling because I don't have at least 4, so we won't worry about anything else on there. Okay, now I go to attack. So I have 5, I meant to do physical. Whoops. I have 5 magic attack. Okay, 5, and that's the type. Photonic, is that what it's? I think it's photonic. So 5 magic attack plus 2 for my boost is 7. And then I'm going to use my Against All Odds ability, thanks Phil Collins. Once per attack phase, increase my attack by the number of enemies in my P, which is another 2. So that is 5, 7, 9 photonic attack. And I can freely assign this attack however I want, and each assignment of attack is one thing. So this guy has 2 physical defense, which means he is blocking nothing. So I'll go ahead and assign 2 of my 9 to him, which immediately kills him because he has his 2. When you defeat him, you get their experience value as experience tokens. So here I'm getting 1. We'll get to what we can spend that on in a second. And he's discarded to the discard pile. But when he's defeated, the next enemy in the queue immediately engages. You may ignore this effect by dealing this enemy 2 surplus damage. So if I dealt 4 damage to him, but I don't want to, I'm ready for the next guy. Because the Threaten Swifter, when you attack this enemy, choose to either take 1 damage or place 2 progress on the treachery. I'll take 1 damage. You have a different life value based on your luminary. Mine only has 9. I am a weaker luminary, but it's okay. 1 out of 9, not a big deal. There are ways to heal as well. Okay, so I've got 7 damage left. This guy also has physical defense, so it doesn't help him at all. So I'll spend 3 of the 7, leaving me with 4 left to kill the Threaten Swifter. So I get 2 more experience. Okay, and then sadly, I have 4 damage left, but this guy's got 3 photonic defense, so I can only deal a single point of damage to him. So he is not defeated. He's about to attack me. I cannot attack the Terra Guard Watchman because he is in the quest area. Okay, so now we go to the defend phase. Any enemies that are left in your player area attack. This guy's attacking for 1, and his attack type is, I believe, the same as his defense type. So he's attacking me for 1 magic. Why does that matter? Because when you take damage, you can defend. What can you defend with? Cards in your hand or the topmost card on your discard pile. Because the cards are double-sided, basic side when you upgrade them, as I mentioned earlier, upgraded side. So you can always see what's on the top of your deck, and you never flip the cards except when you're upgrading them. So to defend with a card, it needs to match their attack. So this is a photonic card, so I could defend with this. Its defense value is equal to the number of shields. So I could, for example, discard this Tempest card for 1 shield to block his 1 attack. I could not discard Force of Will because it's a physical. Ever Onward's a physical. Striking Gold will be a little bit of a waste. Doesn't cost me anything, but remember, the faster you go through your deck, the faster you're getting Corruption, which is very bad. So, you know what? Whatever. I'll just take a 2nd point of damage. I don't need to defend, even though I could get rid of that Tempest card. I also really like this Tempest card. I'm 99% sure I want this to be my ability next turn. Because look, when you explore a location, which I'm 100% about to do next turn, gain +2 experience from exploring it, which is going to make me stronger. So I don't want to defend with that. Just hit me, guy. By the way, his ability is he would attack me twice if I was at 4 corruption or more. I am not. I am at 1. Okay, and that is basically an entire round. We just go to the refresh phase. So several things happen. My boost and my attack, oh, not my attack, my explore and my ability, I'm not sure if I'm calling that right, it might be like skill, those all get discarded. Okay, so 3 of the cards get discarded. My attack for this round, though, whoop, slides in to become my new explore card with its only 3 explore value, but I'm not going to have to pay its light cost again. I also draw back to my hand size of 6. I do not reshuffle when my deck is empty. I only reshuffle when I need to actually draw a card. But when that happens, again, I'm going to increase my corruption. And I've mentioned corruption a bunch of times. What's it actually doing? It is this track. This track up here. And it's going to increase as we go. And this determines the starting point when I travel. I'm not going to say much more about it than that, but basically, the higher your corruption, the nastier stuff happens to you each time you travel to a new location. Now, I also have this 3 experience. I can basically spend this at any point I want. For 2 experience, I could unlock 2 more abilities. For 3 experience, I could raise my light generation every turn. And again, this one is going to kind of give me permanent boost. This one's going to give me more unlocked stuff. And sure, let's go ahead and spend 2 of my 3 experience to unlock 2 more abilities. Whenever you unlock abilities, they have to be orthogonally adjacent to already unlocked abilities. So for my 2, I could do Burning Light, because this middle one counts as adjacent to both of these starting ones. And then I could do Familiar Places, and your strongest one from your profession at the right counts as adjacent to all 3 of these. So you could try to sort of rush. But here I actually really like Spark. Lets me level up a little bit faster as I get beacons, which is going to happen when I travel. Remember, my character likes beacons. And then for my second one, Burning Light lets me damage enemies when they engage me. Illuminate lets me ignore quest values when I'm trying to explore. And Sun Shield lets me disarm enemies so they won't attack. But it costs me experience. I'll do Burning Light. So now if I'm in Wind aspect, next turn I can use Burning Light. If I'm in Earth, again, I can use Flares and or Spark, which is probably what I'll try to do. And yeah, I recover my 4 lights. I'm actually back to 20 because I remember that Far Home gives me a discount. And yeah, that's it. So that is 1 full round. Let's get to the next round and show you how traveling and stuff works. So first, I am staging enemies. 3 points still. Oh, actually, hold on. One very important thing. At the very end of the round, you'll see this little new location token. If it's on your location, which it will be at the beginning of the game, and it also will be whenever you travel to a new location, it goes onto the deck during the refresh phase. If it's already on the deck, then you add a threat token to your location. So basically, the longer you hang around, the more Sauron or whoever triangulates your location, and you're going to get more and more enemy spawning. So this turn, I'm fine, but if I don't travel this turn, I will be in a nastier way, although all those tokens get discarded when you travel. So I'm still only spawning 3 worth. I've got the Soul Conspirator. He's fast, And I've got the Gyaradeath Seeker. He's also fast. And I did go to 4 this time. Wonderful. And I've got the Threaten Swifter. Okay, so we've seen pretty much all these guys. Oh, this one is place 1 progress on the Treachery at the end of the attack phase. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like any of these guys. I'm trying to kill some of them, I guess. And I'm noticing that 1, 2, 3 of them have photonic defense, and 2 of them have magic defense. Okay. All right, so I want to engage at least 2 of these guys and maybe use flares. So I'd like to have an Earth card for my boost. That's pretty easy to do. Force of Will would get me +3 attack as well. Striking Gold I probably want to play as my actual attack card, although it is photonic, but I don't have any good physical attack options. So let's say Striking Gold is my attack. Force of Will is my boost to unlock my Earth abilities. Is this going to give me enough exploration to actually explore the location? I mean, I could just let the Treachery build up some. And then where was the one I wanted for my ability? Oh, the Tempest to give me +2 experience. Not sure if I'm going to kill everybody. Might be playing it a little loose here, especially now that I've spawned 4 enemies, but so it goes. All right, so I have spent 3, 4, 5 light. Oh, which is only going to engage 1 person. Okay, what was my other Earth option? Could do this one. I'll definitely have enough Explore then, but I'm worried I won't deal enough damage, although I'm doing 9. Okay, I'm going to swap. God, this is so much more expensive. Oh, well, I'm going to swap Ever Onward, I think. So now I'm spending 3, 7, 8. That's too much. I'm not going to recover fast enough. Oh, no. 3, 6, 7, -1 from location is only 6. That's not as bad. All right, so with Ever Home or Far Home's bonus, I only spend 6 light there. But it means I'm still engaging 2. Threaten Swifter and another Gyaradeath Seeker. And then this guy's really easy to kill. I think I am going to use flares to go ahead and pull him down. Okay, my Explore value is 3 + 4, 7. That's way more than enough. So I'll spend 2 to go over him. That leaves me with 5. A little bit overkill, Mike. Which means I'm now going to pause things and travel before we get to actually attacking and all that kind of stuff. So first of all, when I travel, I get experience equal to the value on the location, 1, but because of Tempest, once per turn, when I explore, I can gain 2 more experience. So that'll get me 3. Pretty nice. And then I need to pay attention to the fact that this location has coordinates 1 and 1, because I'm now going to start exploring by flipping cards from the location deck. Now, in later travels, I could use beacons, which are like going to be locations I save, and I'm going to try to save a bunch of them because my character is all about beacons. I could travel to a beacon, so like if I get one of the boss's locations, like right now, it's actually a good thing. I can save it for later. It's not like punishing me in where I have to like go through the entire deck again. But yeah, I'm going to flip one location at a time, and this one's actually pretty decent for traveling because you are looking, you're checking how far your distance of travel is. And it's equal to the difference for each direction of your like southeast location thing. So 1 to 1 means 0 distance, and 1 to 4 means 3, so only a 3 distance, which is actually not that bad. But I want to get some beacons. So each time you draw a card, you can save it as a beacon, which will put it up here. This is a resource you can spend for a bunch of effects, especially my Luminary Courage. Courage has a beacon max of 5. Let me show you. A lot more than other luminaries right here. Oh, there's their 9 life. So I'm 2 out of 9 for death. Great. But yes, I can hold up to 5 beacons, which can be very helpful. And a lot of my abilities like Spark will use. The other option when I flip a location, which you usually want to do when you already have your max beacons, is to defer it. You put it to the side. At the end of the travel, you put it on the bottom of the deck. But each of those is going to make your distance longer. It's like you're taking a more circuitous path to your location. So you don't want to do that too much. All right, so I'm putting Spellwood as a beacon. Okay, Northwood, shoot, is also pretty good. 2 and 3 is only a 3 distance again. But I want some beacons, so I'm going to try to get close to like 4 or 5 beacons. Okay, Hillcrest, also 3 distance. This is going to be terrible. Like, I'm going to start flipping like 5, 5. Okay, that's 3 beacons. Okay, I'll take the next one if it's good. And it's not great. That's a 5 distance. 2 up to 3, 3 down to 4. Okay, so I'll beacon that. It's my 4th beacon. And 2, 5 is a little bit bigger than I want. I'll make that my 5th beacon. So now I would have to defer if the next card is... Oh, this is great. That was stupidly lucky. This is the nicest card I've drawn. 1, 3 is only 2 distance. So I have 5 beacons. This could not have worked out better. I got lucky here. So I have 5 beacons and I don't have to defer at all. So I'm going to say I'm traveling to the Lake of Ire. So that goes there. My former location gets discarded. If I had, I get rid of all my progress, of course. The new location token goes back on here, so I'm not going to be building up threat yet. I have the end of this round to still be safe. Some abilities will pay attention to like the keyword icons on locations. Actually, my Wayfarer's abilities do that a lot, but I don't have any of those yet. The abilities have locations have special abilities. This one says ire enemies. In your P, go back to the Q after the defend phase. And these are talking about their keywords, and I don't have any ire enemies, so nothing to worry about there. And then the most important thing, probably, is that the shade influence goes down 1. This is keeping track of how many times I've traveled. So remember, Greed, I need to travel at least twice before I can go to his final place. So that's telling me I can't do that yet. But then also, if I went to the boss's final location right now, I would get 12 bonus spawn of enemy. Not survivable. If I did it again, I would get 7, then 3. So if I can travel, like if let's see, so that's first travel, second, third. So if my fourth travel takes me to the boss's location, then I would get no extra spawn. And if you're playing against a boss where you like want to really slow play things and level up a lot, you actually get bonus experience if you've traveled an insane number of times. But yeah, Lake of Ire, that's where I'm going. So now I'm dealing with, these are all my beacons over here, I'm dealing with my travel distance, which was 2, right? 1 to 1 is 0, 1 to 3 is 2. There could also have been path tokens on my location. Those would lower my total distance, although it can't go below 1 to 0. And I could also have, here's one, obstacle tokens. I'll tell you how these get added when it comes up. Those would add to my distance. But here my distance is 2. So I look at where my corruption is. I take my little distance cube and I put it underneath my corruption. So right now I'm starting on sort of this null space. But if it was in 2, 3, or 4, look at the lines, I would start there. If it was in 5 or 6, I would start there. So that's why going through your deck quickly makes travel way worse, because these values are going to up these nasty tracks. But I'm only doing a 2, which is great. So I go 1, 2, 1 threat track raise, and 1, I forget what this is called. I don't know, obstacle, whatever, raise. This one is controlling how many people spawn every turn. You know about that. And this one is a strict modifier to the travel value for each location. Oh God, this is a 7? But yeah, this is a modifier to the target travel value to leave a location. So right now I still need 7 plus 0, 7, but then I would need 8, then 9, then 10. So it just gets harder and harder for you to travel successfully. Okay, but then this goes back. I mean, really, you don't even need it because you're really tracking the corruption, and this just drops in wherever the corruption is. But that's all my traveling, which means now we can get to attacking. And I don't think I have enough because like these guys have a lot of photonic defense. But I've got 9, plus 1 is 10, plus nothing from them. Yay. All right, so 10 photonic. All right, well, this guy's a melee defense guy. So I'll go ahead and spend 2 of the 10 to kill him, which also means I won't have to add anything to the treachery at the end of the attack phase. So that's 1 experience. I got 8 attack left. He has physical defense, so let's deal 3 more to kill him and get... Oh, right, this is one that hurts me or places... I'm taking too much damage. I'm going to put 2 progress on the treachery. Oh, never mind. This guy's power is if he's in the queue, after I explore a location, I take damage equal to the progress on the treachery, which there wasn't any when I traveled. So yeah, I'll put 2 out of 6 on there. But then I defeat him with 3 more. So I have 5 attack left. I'm getting 2 more experience. But they have 3 defense, so I hate these guys with this big photonic defense. I will do all 5 damage to the new one, I guess, and kill him straight up. But our friend from last turn is going to hit us again. Now, I've got a lot of experience. Let's spend some of it before we do anything else, because you can kind of do that whenever, remember. So I haven't talked about Spark. To spend up to 2 beacons to reduce the cost of the next stage of this level up track by 1 experience for each you spend. So I'm going to get rid of 2 of my beacons out of 5. Now, where am I going to? I didn't really look if I'd gotten it. 5, 1, 1, 5, 4, 3. I don't think I got any of those. Oh, 4, 3, right? Way of Madness? Anyway, they said Northwood City 3, 4. So maybe that's the 3 and that's the 4. Okay, so I've not found any of his locations, so it doesn't matter which ones I spend. So I'm going to discard these 2 to lower the experience cost from 3 to 1. And now I will recover 5 experience each time. And then I really like this next upgrade, so I'm going to spend another 4 to get this one, because that is a permanent boost And what I do is I have one of the other professions over here. So you actually use 3 professions in the game. One is like your real one. One are the cards you can add to your deck in these sort of minimal deck building. And one is for these permanent bonuses. And where's it good? Ooh, this is actually awesome. I'm going to pick easy target. I can pick any of the 6. And this has Earth, +3 attack, +1 explore. Pretty awesome. And what I do is I put it here next to my boost area, but it's going to be there for the rest of the game. Now, when I do this, I have to immediately pay its light cost, but only this once, never again. And now for the rest of the game, whenever I play as my actual element for the turn, the matching element, so actually this turn I did it, I get this as a bonus to my stats. So actually I have +3 attack, which is still not enough to finish off the stupid Gyarados Seeker, because I need 4, because he has 3 photonic armor. Gosh darn it. But I could have almost one-shotted him too. But yes, if I can keep the rock love going, I can keep blasting the people to smithereens. But importantly, when I level up, or if I level up enough to get another permanent marker card, then, or permanent booster, I think they're called, if I pick another Earth one, okay, because each of these profession decks has 2 of each thing. So let's say I did that to get +6 attack whenever I play Earth. I would have to pay this new card's light value and the old card's light value as well. So they kind of encourage you to diversify and potentially get 1 of each permanent boost. Not that I'm going to level up that much anyway. Okay, so cool. I only have 1. No, wait, shouldn't I have 2 experience left? I had 6 and I spent 4. Yeah, so I should have 2 experience left. What was I doing? I think that's right. Did I just cheat? Maybe I cheated. So having 2, I could add. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that too then. So this lets me add a new card to my deck and flip 1 card in my hand, which means you go through your deck a little bit more slowly. So I've randomly picked 3 cards out of 6. And these are, again, coming from another profession. Now, pretty importantly, most of these abilities on these cards won't really do a lot. Some of them will, but many of them won't, because they're inextricably tied to the board for the profession. So you're mostly looking at the elements and the effects. So like this one is another Earth one, and Earth is definitely what I'm going for pretty strongly right now. But it also has pretty weenie boost values, pretty weenie these values. Move any amount of movement from the locate or progress from a location to an enemy in your player area. And then if attached to an enemy, which I have no way to do because one of the core mechanics of the hunter profession is to trap enemies and move cards to them. So I do have a lot of wind powers, and I already have burning light, so I guess a wind wouldn't be too bad. 6 attack and 2 explore, and a +2/+1. Oh, and actually arcing shot is quite a nice ability. Oh, and unfailing stamina is too. Both of these are actually very good. Because look, this one says during the refresh phase, if you'll advance your corruption, so if I'm going to shuffle my deck, I get to recruit another card for free. It seems like it's the way to go, because I should be able to use it. This recruited card goes straight to your hand, and another card comes down, although each profession only has 6 cards. You're not going to be able to recruit forever. Okay, and I get to level something up. It does become way more expensive, though, so you don't necessarily want to do a ton. And I will just warn you that like the upgraded side of cards often has a completely different ability, so it can just be like a lot to keep track of. So I really want to look for like an ability I don't care about is kind of how I usually do it. I mean, or I could just get Blinding Light, which is insanely powerful attack, although it costs 4 light to use it. And I actually like the power on this one. I kind of like Step Lightly's ability is not that great, and flipping it will give me a +4 boost to attack. Yeah, sure, I'll upgrade Step Lightly. So that'll stay upgraded for the rest of the game, but again, it is more expensive. Okay, I'm getting attacked by stupid Gyarados Seeker here. And I think I'll tank it again, because I'm looking, I only have 2 cards left in my deck, which means I would have to advance Corruption. I'd really like to get Unfailing Stamina into my ability area and not shuffle this turn. So, instead of playing on easier difficulty. There are way easier difficulties, by the way, where you have like a companion helping you and stuff. Apparently I might need that. Okay, and then we're discarding Explore, and our boost, not our permanent boost, that stays around. Striking Gold goes over, which is going to give us a very weak Explore value. That sucks. And this does already jump to the location thing, so you are going to generally get some threat boosts on your location because you need to otherwise travel literally every turn, and that's tough to make happen. And I'm drawing my last 2 cards, which means my deck is empty, but again, I don't have to shuffle yet. We're going on. We're staging enemies again. We're still at the 3 value with no tokens, so still pulling from the dusk. We got a Pyrus Razor. It's going to punish me after I travel. Seem to have a lot of that. Gyarados Shield Bearer. And, jeez. Oh, a red wraith whose X equal to your corruption, which is currently 1. So if I can kill him before I reshuffle my deck, he will be a little bit easier. Oh, man, we got a ton of varied defenses here. He's got physical, although only 1. He's got physical 2, and the rest are photonic. So if I can do a big physical attack, which I still don't really have. My character is so much more of a photonic attacker. I should have gotten that arcing shot just to have a good physical attack card. Well, so it goes. But that's it for staging. All right, so... Oh, I forgot to get my light back. So I went up to 5 light generations, so I'm up to 17. But man, I definitely lost a bit off my step there. All right, so I'd like to do an Earth card again, not even necessarily for the abilities. Ooh, actually, this is great. Look, it only costs 1 light, Force of Will. It's adding, now I'm getting 6 attack this turn. Not much explore, just 1 from the, again, Earth activating my permanent. But that's some, God, I have 3 explore. Okay, not going to get much of anywhere this turn. But okay, 6 attack seems awesome. And I am going to be an Earth, so I can use Flare again if I need to. All right, so I guess I should do Blinding Light, just because it has more attack. And I think there's going to be a lot of guys to fight again. Although it's going to have a terrible explore again. I definitely want to do Unfailing Stamina to recruit another card for my ability. Yeah, I'm just not sure about that one. I could do Fortitude. It's like so much weaker, but it also costs no light, which is beautiful. And it's got 4 Explore for next turn. And yes, it's 5 less attack, but it's physical, which means I could hurt more guys. Yeah, maybe. I mean, how much damage can I do with 8? Let me just look real quick. So this guy only needs a single damage, and with physical, it would just cut straight through. This guy needs 4 damage, though. Yeah, and then they're both physical defense. But how much damage could I do with 13 photonic? He'd need 4 to kill. He'd need 5 to kill. So that's 9. He'd need 3 more, so that's 12, which is okay. So I guess I could kill a bit more if I do the photonic one. I'm just worried about my light generation. I guess I'll do the physical attack. All right, so I'm spending 0 plus 1 plus 1. Wow, that was maybe a little bit too low in spending. So, okay, I'm down to 15, which means I get 2 engagements. All right, now I've got 2 plus 1, 3 explore. Blah. And now there is something I can do with my beacons. Don't forget my beacons. I can discard beacons to add 2 to my total explore value for the turn. So I could go from 3 to 5 or 7 or 9 if I spend all 3 of them, which would let me like mostly deal with this and travel right away. It might be worth doing. But every time you spend a beacon that way, that's what the main way to add these obstacles is. I'm going to have an obstacle, and that would make my distance longer when I travel, which is not ideal. And also, I want to save my beacons to level up more, but I also don't want to die. Although if I don't travel, remember this thing is going to add more threats. I'll be spawning 4 guys next turn, which will make even more people to stop me from traveling, which will make it even more likely to add to the treachery. And I could get more beacons if I travel. All right, here. You know what? I am going to use my beacons. But first, I'm going to do something called the search action. You can do this once per location. You flip the little beacon holder card to show it's exhausted. And what you do is you place a number of those path tokens, the nice ones that lower your distance, onto the location equal to the number of beacons you have. So I'm getting 3 of them. Then I'm spending all 3 of my beacons to give myself plus 6 explore, giving me 3, where are they? 3 obstacles, but those cancel each other out. That's minus distance, that's plus distance. So I'm just going to be back to a regular distance when I travel in a second, which I will now be able to because I have 6 for my beacons, plus 3, 9. I will spend 2 of it to cancel out his, which means I am getting a single point there, but I am going to fully travel here, although crap, he's about to murder me, isn't he? Oh, and after you travel, put progress in the treachery equal to the distance you traveled. Then please, oh, never mind. Rewind. I mean, I'll still put the search thing, but I'm not going to travel this turn. I'll just spend my 3 to not have them add anything here. I forgot how nasty these guys were. They don't want to let me move. And hopefully I can do like a big attack next turn to kill him. I don't know. I've not been able to attack as big as I would like this whole game. So I still have 2 beacons. Whatever. All right, so I didn't travel. Now I'm attacking. So I've got 2 physical attack, +6 from my boost. And it's physical, so 1 damage cuts right through this guy and finally gets rid of him for 1 experience. And then I have 7 more attack, so where is he? 4 gets rid of this guy. That leaves me with 3, which only gets 1 damage on this guy. Gosh, darn it, man. I just cannot finish these dudes off, and he's going to hit me. Okay. Now, by the way, you can also spend beacons at the end of each round in the refresh phase to heal 2 life per beacon spent. So this guy's about to hit me. I think I might need to do that or I'll be in big trouble. All right, so they're attacking. He's attacking me for 2 physical, and I cannot defend with cards in my deck. I don't even have any. Oh, God, all of my leftover cards are photonic. Why am I so courage? Get some physical in your life. It's like the Olivia Newton-John song. So I am going to 5 damage. I got to rest. Out of 9 to end my game immediately. Okay, but now I am refreshing. So that gets discarded, and that. Not my permanent. That slides over, so I'll have actually a decent Explorer value next turn. And now I have to draw, so several things happen. Well, I should say. If I'll advance this round, recruit a card in the refresh phase, I am going to, so I get to recruit a card. I am going to get the Arcing Shot, because it's a good physical attack, and it actually has a cool ability as well. So that goes to my hand. But then I still have to shuffle to refill the rest of my hand. And that means my corruption permanently goes up, which means I'll now be traveling from the 1 space instead of the 0 space, and all my travels will be worse. I'm also in the refresh phase. I like the spark ability. I don't want to waste it. I'm going to spend 2 of my 3 beacons and my 3 experience to go up to 6 light generation, which is actually more than I need because I was only at 15. And then I'll spend 1 beacon to heal myself back to 3 damage, but I am adding 1 obstacle to my path. So we'll see if we're able to travel this way. I'm out of beacons. That's not a good place for courage to be. And then +1 threat. I'm going to spawn 4 people this turn, y'all. It's not great. Not quite enough to draw from the nasty doom pile yet. You need to have 5, but close. So let's go into it. We are spawning 4. We got 2. Oh, and he's going to the back. Interesting. That's right. And he's nasty when a treachery gets completed. And we got another 2. All right. Well, at least that worked out. Oh, when defeated, add progress of a treachery equal to your... Okay, that's not great. And yeah, I think I'm still going to be able to travel this turn because of getting rid of all my beacons and everything. Blah. I'm making some bad choices, y'all. Okay, so my action set. Arcing Shot is pretty awesome. It says at the end of your action set phase, is if I play as my ability, the leftmost enemy in the queue engages you, which means it won't be present for the shadow phase, and I'll be able to travel a little bit easier. And then it says attack phase, you may choose 1 enemy in the queue to include in your attack, so I can spread my attack out a bit more. And I get +X to my attack, where X is the shadow value or the threat value of the enemy that engaged you, which would currently be 2. So it would give me +2 to my attack. And yeah, we're doing that. So that's going to be my ability. I do have a rock card to get the +3 attack. I guess I want that, although I'm not going to be exploring enough. And then with that, let's maybe do Step Lightly. I know it's not quite enough attack, but it's going to get me a ton of Explore, because I don't think I'm going to explore enough this turn, so I really need to get my Exploration going next turn. So that's 3 + 2 + 1, 6. No, which I now recover automatically, so that wasn't even an expensive turn. Does mean I'm engaging 2 people. Oh, but at the end of the action step, I also engage this guy. Okay, and then they're engaging as well. Wow, so I only have the Terrorguard Watchman. That actually worked out pretty well. And don't forget, I do have +2 attack, because this is a guy that I free engaged with the Arcing Shot. But it's still not going to be enough. I'm exploring 4 + 1 + 1, 6. Which even if I ignored this guy would not be enough. Gosh, darn it. Okay, I wish I had put even 1 on there last time. All right, so I'm going to... Wait, no, 6. I'll cancel his 2 and just do 4, right? That's a little bit safer. Should make it easy for me to travel next turn, even though I'll have a billion shadow. This is great. Everything's great. But my treachery did go up. Okay, but now, gosh, I hope I can kill a lot of people. 4... 6, 9, +2 from its power, so 11 photonic, and I can attack 1 person in the queue if I want. 11 photonic. Okay, that guy's melee, so we'll kill him with 2. Let me grab some extra tokens, and that's 1 experience. So here, I've got 9 left to assign. All right, so he's got photonic, he's got melee, so it looks like 3 to him, and that's 6, so 3 to him. Right, so they're both dead. That's 2 more experience. When defeated, right, I have to add 2 more treachery here because I have 2 corruption. And then I have 3 damage left, but both of them have photonic defense. I can at least get 2 damage on him because he's only got 1 photonic defense. God, that guy's just living forever. I just cannot get over the hump with killing these guys. Oh, God, he attacks for 4? Oh, my Lord. At least it's a photonic attack. And I have to block some of that. I'll block with Terrible and Swift for 2 photonic. Should I block 2 more? Now that's melee. I don't want to discard 2 cards. I'll tank 2 of the damage. Man, this is going so much worse than my last time playing Greed. I thought this was going to be a quick, easy play. I should have taken a companion to help me out. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, I might not get to the end of the game in the video. We'll see what happens. Okay, but refresh. I'm going to have a huge explore next turn. That part's really nice. I'm also at 4 light. I need to level up this track to get more expensive, more powerful cards, I'm realizing. Like, this is already fine. Like, having a 7-card hand, whatever. Yes, I'm going to spend 3 experience to unlock 2 more abilities. And I probably want to get more wind. Although, what would this rock be? Secret Ways. When taking damage from any attack, remove a path, which I have to cancel 2. That's actually pretty good. And Field Advantage. If your action card shares a trait with the location, choose 3 enemies to disarm. That means they don't attack. Wow, we're going for that. Boom. Then we also got Familiar Places. When you travel, reduce your distance by 2 if your Explore card shares a trait with a destination location. Oh, and my Explore card is ridiculous this turn. So I think I might, even though I lose my awesome bonus, I think I might want to do a Wind card this turn, yeah. And I'm drawing some cards again. But now this is nasty. Here we go. We're going to see some bigger customers. Because we are staging 5, which means Doom is coming to town. For 12 life. For every card you defend with against this enemy's attack, lose 1 light. Oh my gosh. He's a melee defender. And I still have 1 left. Oh God. Soul Assassin. Okay, he's not that bad. What is it? This enemy makes an immediate attack if you travel distance greater than 3. It'll engage you first if it's in the queue. Okay. So at least it's only 2 guys. 2 really nasty guys. These guys both have melee defense, though, so I guess I could... I think I just got to let him sit there and mess with my exploring for a while, because I have such a huge Explorer card this turn, it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to level up. That's what I want to do. Do I have any cool... Oh! Tempest, when you explore a location, gain +2 experience from it. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. And then I should probably attack big. Oh, but that's photonic, which is probably not the best, honestly, with people I have. Yeah, 2 of the enemies have photonic defense, and the one of the 2 enemies who doesn't has very low defense. So as long as I'm not trying to kill the big guy this turn, I should go physical, but I suck at physical. Yeah, the best I can do is 3 or 3. Oh, unless if I do rock, although it's not giving me a lot of defense, that'll give me +3, and then I can do foresight for my physical attack. Sure, this might work out. All right, so that's 2, 5, 6, which again is all of mine. It's not even a problem, and I'm engaging 2. I could use flares to engage more. I do not want to. Curse Banneret, you stay over there and just look at me. All right, so I'm exploring a ton. It is what? Oh God, so much more than I needed. 10, 15, why? So I can certainly cancel out his 4 and do more than enough to travel. So I'm going to get 4 experience thanks to Tempest. Love that. Oh, I forgot to check for ire enemies. I don't see any right now. Ire. Fire? They mean fire enemies? It's supposed to be Lake of Fire? I'm not seeing any ire. I saw 1 fire. Well, whatever. Probably a misprint. Okay, but yes, so this thing is going. I am getting +1 and -3 to my distance. So I actually have a much easier time traveling this time, but I still want a lot of beacons. So let's go for that. And I still want to look out for the bosses thing. It's actually a very nice travel thing, but nope, I'm going to take it as a beacon because I want to get at least 3. Terra Lake. Was that one of his? No, I'll take it as a beacon though. It's my second. Helm's Peak. Take it as a beacon. Okay, now I'll start actually looking. 2-1. I'm actually going to take that as a beacon too, because I wanted to go toward the southeast where his actual places are. 4-3. Oh, Northwood City. That's one of his. I don't want to, yeah, I can't go to his location yet, so I have to take that as a beacon. All right, so this one, Sheer Valley, that is pretty close to Northwoods. Oh, actually, it's not that close. What is that for me? That's 2 plus 1. Oh, it's only 3 distance. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so we will do this. So it's 3 distance plus 1, 4, minus 3 is 1. So the absolute minimum, because you can never go below 1. So it starts here, and I'm going up 1 and up 1 again. So still have not raised these up. That's really nice. And then all this stuff clears away, but for every 2 paths you had, because you were like making yourself obvious looking around, you start with 1 shadow, 1 threat token. And then upon arrival, place 2. Oh my gosh. At least I'm not going to increase it by more, but I got to travel from here as soon as possible. And it's only a 5. That's not too bad. Player cards provide half of their defense this round. Well, hopefully they'll be dead, and that won't matter. But yeah, it's a lot of threat. But I can, this is advanced again. I could travel to the boss next, and it'll only be plus 3 threat. I might need to, because I don't think I'm going to survive otherwise. All right, but at least I got somewhere. Great. All right, now let's go to attacking. So 3 physical, 6, 7 physical. It doesn't seem like enough. My action skill thing is not going to help. Okay, so 2 would kill him. And then 3 more would kill him, and I'd be 1 short of killing him. Gosh darn it. Well, I did not travel a distance greater than 3. That guy's defending. After you explore a location, take damage equal to but he's not in the queue. Whenever treachery's competed. Okay, none of those happened. Yeah, I mean, these guys are the worst, right? He's only attacking for 1, so I'm definitely going to kill them. So that's 2 of my 7, 3 more of my 7. Finally, get rid of these guys. It's also 4 experience. Very nice. Then I have 2 attack left. He blocks 1 of it. So 1 more time, not quite enough to kill a guy. Then he's attacking me for 1 physical, which I could block with unfailing stamina. Another way to rest, by the way, is during the refresh phase, you can spend 3 experience, and then you rest equal to your current rest value. It starts out at 2. That's like that little healing potion there, but then becomes 3. But speaking of leveling up, let's level up a bit before we go to the end of this round. So I'm going to get a new card and flip a card. And I actually forgot when you get a new card, you're supposed to, so you take 1 card, and for the other 2, you pick 1 to put on the bottom of the deck, and then you keep the other one. There's only 6 cards. I don't think it matters that much. But I think I want more attacking. Well, actually, you know what? It would matter, because I would have an 8 attack on top instead, because I've already done it twice. But I don't remember which card it was, so whatever. Okay, that doesn't do anything ability-wise, but it is another rock, and that's another rock. And I like this one more. It costs more, but it's got better abilities overall, so I'll go ahead and take that. Then I also get to level something up. It has to be in my hand, so not many options. You know, let's go to Blinding Light and just have a giant attack to make. It seems like something I need. And it's a giant photonic attack that can wipe out the Cursed Banneret guy by itself, basically. I could level up more. I could also heal. I'm not sure. Unlocking 2 more skills, I'm not sure is going to be useful with where I am right now. Oh, wait a second. If my field action card shares a trait with a location, choose 3 enemies to disarm. Oh, my action card last turn had no traits. So never mind. Couldn't have used field advantage to stop the Soul Assassin from attacking me. That would have been nice. I mean, In the Wind is a crazy good ability. It lets me push a bunch of enemies who are about to attack me and then deal damage to them equal to their shields, just piercing through, which is pretty darn nice. Like it would instantly kill the Soul Assassin that's on me. But also it's based on how much I match the location's trait. And I'm like looking at all my cards and none of them have this symbol. Why is this place like the only place I cannot match? It's weird. Wait, like for real, I'm literally looking through my cards and I don't see that icon anywhere. I guess that's just like magical enemy power land. Anyway, get all my energy back. I'm going to draw some more cards. I did not go past my limit yet, thanks to my leveling up. That's good. And I think I will spend 2 cards, not Northwood City. I got to travel there in a second. I'm going to spend 2 cards to heal instead of spending experience. That'll get me back to 1 damage. Although it will get me 2 of those, but I can, now that I've traveled, I can search again and get 3. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. There we go. But now I can get 3 travel from doing my little search thing because I have 3 beacons left. Let's go another round, see if we can survive. So we are at, oh my God, 6 threat. So hey, another Doom boy. Oh, I know you. He would technically go to the back of the other one, but who cares? Then 2 more. Okay. Moltan Spellcaster. Choose, remove 2 from the location or take 1 damage. Well, can't remove 2 from the location, so I have to take 1 damage. You always have to do the one you can fully resolve or partially resolve if neither can be fully resolved. You can't take the one that doesn't do anything. All right, now I do want to travel. So what would have to happen for that to go? Because I just don't want to keep on drawing a billion enemies. The location is 5. So if I get 2 of them down, I would need 9. If I get all 3 of them down, I would need 5. Oh, wait, I didn't discard. That's pretty important, Mike. So I have 5. So what I need 9 if I only pull 1 of them down. I mean, I want to do my giant blinding light and blast one of the bannerets. That'll give me a ton of experience too, which seems like a nice thing. Okay, and then to get to 9 experience. Ooh, if I did this card, Lay of the Land, it's Earth, so I would get to 9. Okay. Oh, but here, what if I spend a little bit more? Do Striking Gold, and that'll get me 2 extra attack as well for a single extra light. Ooh, and then increase my attack by 1 for the number of enemies in my P, which will be a lot. Okay, I'm feeling this. I'm still doing rock. I should use, I got some really good wind abilities, but oh well. So how much was it? It was, oh god, 9? That's everybody. Wait, no, never mind. Hold on. Where was that other one? Yes, okay. We'll do Lay of the Land again instead of Striking Gold because that costs 1 less. 8, which gets me to 2 pulls because I don't want 3 pulls. I'm definitely not using flares. So that pulls both of these guys down. Okay, now I've got 4 versus my 5, 6, 9. So I'll cancel this 4, add 5 here, just what we wanted to do. So I'm going to travel. So this time I'm going to travel to a pre-save beacon. Yeah, I'm fighting the boss as early as possible, so he's going to get extra shadow, and it's probably going to be terrible, but that's okay. Oh, and I got no experience for traveling here? What a stupid location. Whatever. Oh, and player cards provided half their... Oh, rounded up. So I blocked with a 1, and I got 1. That's fine. All right, now you only have 2 beacons because I traveled straight to a beacon I already had. Okay, so it's... 2 to 4 is 2, 5 to 3 is 2, so that's 4. Plus 2 is 6, minus 3 is 3. Oh, that's farther than I thought. So, 1, 2, 3, plus 2. We're now spawning 4 every turn. Plus 3, we now add 1 to the location, which is going to matter for the final thing, as you'll see in a moment. All right, now what else? Every 2 you produce during the refresh phase, every 2 light, adds 1 to the treachery. You may choose to forego any amount of your light production. Why does this location suck? Jeez. Well, we'll deal with that later. Okay, that goes away. That goes away because I had 2 or 3 paths. I get 1 new shadow here, so gosh, I'm going to have a lot of enemies. But we'll see if we can kill the boss anyway. Might have gone too quickly. For now, though, let's kill these guys. 13 photonic. 16 photonic. Plus 1 for every enemy in my piece. 19 photonic. Say the word photonic as many times as we can. So we're definitely doing 12 to this guy because he has no photonic defense. That leaves us with 7 left. We get 4 experience. Okay, 7 left. He's got melee, so we'll just do a single point to him to kill him. So we got 6. Oh, nice. We killed everybody, finally. Which is good right before I spawned 8,000 guys. Oh, of course, I've got this buddy still sitting there waiting for me. And I got a lot of experience. Got a lot of experience. What is that? 10, 12? So let's go and use Spark in my last 2 beacons, since I'm in Earth this round, to make that only cost 3. So I now get a 7 card hand size, whatever. I'm about to reshuffle anyway, and I can heal 3 if I rest. And then I can spend 6 more to get 7 light generation because I just went down a bunch. I don't know if any of this is smart. Is that smart? Maybe I should just get bigger cards to kill things with. Yeah, you know what? I will do the first one, but let's get that 6 back. Spend 4 of it, so I have 5 left, and 5 more. I'm going to unlock 2 skills, level up another card, and get 2 cards upgraded. So I'm broke of experience, but I'll get In the Wind just because it can be potentially awesome. And then I don't need All Terrain if I also have In the Wind. Both of those push people. This spends experience to disarm enemies per beacons. I don't have any beacons. Secret Ways would remove paths to protect me, which I could get. Oh, no, I don't have any beacons, so the search action is not going to work. Why did I get rid of all my beacons? I don't have any experience to use. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work anyway. Oh, here we go. Infiltrate. If your Explore card shares a trait with the location, which it doesn't currently, but I could try to set up, remove 4 from the Treachery with this location's new ability. That seems pretty darn good. Okay, and then I'm getting 1 card and upgrading 2. Actually, you know what? I'll wait for that until, until I end the turn. So let's say I didn't spend that 5 yet, because that way I'll have more options and I can upgrade the exact ones I need to have an awesome turn. All right, my corruption is going up. These are all getting discarded. All right, now I'm drawn to 7 cards, a new hand size, and I'm about to get another card from leveling up. So and then I'm gonna get to level up 2 of them. So we should have a lot of options to murder. And what do we have to do to win? Because this guy's about to spawn. We need to explore the location and defeat greed. So we don't have to defeat everybody. We got to kill greed. And then we need to fully explore the location, which means now obstacles add to the location's target value. But if I can pull enough people and then kill greed and then push them all back within the wind, like maybe, I could win this. I could win this just by kind of kiting around. All right, but I'm going to spawn my people first, which is currently 4 is my base, plus 1 is 5. And then, what is it? When the shade is revealed, I add 3 more. So I'm going to spawn 5 first. Then I believe I reveal greed. Then I'll get 3 more even. Okay, so 5 is Doom. Soul Starcaster. He looks tough too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 3 of my 5. And then Soul Conspirator, that's 1. And then, of course, I get 2. Okay, great. It's at the end of the attack phase when they're sending me attacks. I don't have to do anything for that yet. Okay, then Greed shows up. He hides in the back. He's got 4 block against everything, 8 life. Once per round, you can spend 3 experience to push or pull Greed. Well, that would be great if I had any experience, which I don't. Although you can do some attacks, get experience, and then spend it. So I could pull him in the middle of combat. And then because I spawned him, I'm doing the one-time location thing and doing 3 more because I traveled to his location too quickly. Pyrus Razor gets 1. And Pyrus Lobber gets 2. Yeah, that's more enemies than I wanted. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so like I said, before I do anything, let's play it out a bit. I'm going to add a card, and I'm going to flip 2. And I want to have a good fire card now. So this one's pretty great. Trap of Madness. Look at the 3 plus 3 plus 2, and it gets me fire, and it's an 8-2, so I'll get that for my added card. Whoops, over here. Ooh, and if I flip it, it's a plus 6 plus 3. And yeah, my light's going to go kind of crazy, but so it goes. Oh, speaking of light, last turn I was supposed to get 6 light. I'm just going to take all of it, I think. But that means, when completed, the last 2 enemies in the queue immediately engage you. And then there's still, so I got 3. There's actually still 1 point left. So, okay, so who was it? The Cursed Banneret would have engaged me. He was the only one actually around. But it was after attacking, so that's not too big of a deal. Because it's during the refresh phase. Then I get a new one, which already starts with 1. When completed, lose 4. But now I get an ongoing power. So only the ongoing powers of the completed ones matter. It costs plus 1 to play a wind as your attack or action card. That's annoying. We're still going to win. So what do I want to level up? What was that thing I wanted to level up? That card I just got. Traps of Madness. Could get me plus 6 plus 3 fire or plus 14 attack in general. Seems pretty dang good. Speaking of a big attack, what's Striking Gold do? 17! Oh, it's 7 light. But it just seems too good not to get. All right, so I'll upgrade both of these. Whatever. I just want to kill things. Okay, so that's 17. And that's going to be plus 6 plus 3, although it's not Earth. But I do have In the Wind. And I didn't play any wind cards, so that part's fine. Ooh, and then let's do Arcing Shot. It's going to let me immediately engage Greed, which will make less crap, and he'll be in my queue, and then I get plus 4 attack from the queue because he's got 4 value. Yes! We are shooting an arrow at his face. Okay. But God, this costs a lot. 7, 9, 14? Oh, God. Okay, so 4 are engaging me, and I think I add an automatic dusk enemy. I think that's right. So I think I do that first, maybe. When revealed, choose X or remove X from the location or add X to the treachery where X is a number of these enemies in play. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So I guess I immediately complete this and lose 4. And enemies now heal 3 at the start of each refresh phase, which takes me down to 0 light. But I don't think I resolved that because I already resolved it, right? Because I already did my spending light phase. I think that guy's effect was separate. I don't know. Yeah, and actually, would I have pulled them down first? I'm thinking just to avoid all of that, maybe you get these enemies down first. Then I would have also pulled greed, of course. I'm going to die. Then this guy comes out. Okay. So now we could do our location stuff. My life. So this guy's got 3. He's got 1, 4. And I've got 4 explore plus 3 because it's not a match. So 7. So I could do 5 of the 7. So I have finished the exploration, which just taps it, which means like you finish it. But the travel stays on there, which does mean though that I didn't cancel 2 of theirs. So we got that. But if I can kill greed, which I gotta be able to kill greed, right? Like he's gonna die. Because if not, I'm definitely dead. But if I can kill greed, then I think I win. I think I win immediately. So I've got plus 4 from arcing shot, 21 with striking gold. No, wait. You do have to survive until the end of the turn. Shoot. I should have remembered that rule. That's a pretty important rule, Mike. I got a lot of life, though. I got cards to burn. So plus 4 from pulling greed, 21 photonic, plus 6, 27 photonic. All right. Anything when he attacks, for every enemy card you defend with against his attack. Oh, after you travel, put blank on the treachery equal to the distance you traveled, then place 1. Oh, is that supposed to do that? I don't know. I've definitely messed some things up. When this enemy attacks, place 1 in the location. That's fine. Place 1 in the treachery at the end of the attack phase. Okay, whatever. So none of them are like really doing anything super terrible. And he's not in the P. Okay. So what was I saying? 21? Was it 21? No, I think it was more than that. 27. So I got to do 12 to him, 4 plus his defense, 8. So 12. So I got 15 left. Let me grab my stuff. Okay, 15 attack left, photonic. Where are my melee dudes? Oh God, if I defend him, I will die immediately because I think if you ever go below 0 light, you immediately lose. Okay, so I got to kill him, which is 12 of my 15. Because he doesn't have any photonic defense, at least. Does get me 4 experience, though, if that matters, which it might. I can't. I can do in the wind. I can do in the wind in a second. So is there anybody else I can just kill? He has photonic. I'm attacking photonic. I can kill him. I can kill him. They both have 1 attack. This guy makes the treachery go up, which I don't like. That's a sure. We'll do 2 damage to him to kill him. And then I guess we can do our last damage to him, which is not enough. But let's use some abilities. We're not done yet. Because I had in the wind, push X plus 1 enemies and deal each of them damage equal to their own defense. Push means push them back into the queue where they won't be attacking me. X is the number of traits in play that match the location's trait. So in play means explore, bonus, like any of those. And there is 0 because I didn't play any of my Wayfarer's abilities. And they wouldn't have matched the location anyway because it's like a little mountainous thing, which I didn't have any of. So I'm pushing X plus 1, so I'm pushing 1 enemy. Well, these guys do by far the most of damage, so let's push 1 of them, and they take 2 damage from their own defense. Okay, is there anything else I can do with fire? I've got infiltrate. If my explore card shares a trait with a location, nope. Nope, I got nothing else I can do. Oh, I forgot. Super important. I totally forgot to explain this. Every time you do stuff, you can activate an ability that you've unlocked but does not match your round's current element by exhausting it, which means you can never use it for the rest of the game. You can also, if you have activated ability because your element did match, use it a second time by exhausting it. So let's exhaust in the wind. We'll push the second we'll push that guy. And that also means, I totally forgot about this. I can pull enemies, no. Burning light, when enemies engage me, I can discard beacons, no. I didn't travel. My action card doesn't share. Yeah, I mean, none of these work because I'm not like using my Wayfarer abilities well, and I could level up better. Okay, well, that was 1, which means I'm only taking 1 melee attack, which is fine. Great. So I blocked it. Now, during the refresh phase, tons of terrible stuff happens. This thing's a bit... Well, that's right. I could give up all my light generation to not trigger that. And I think I would win by the slimmest of margins ever because I'm at like 0 light and everything is crazy. But I'm sure I cheated there some at the end. The designer can pop in and let me know just how much. But that was supposed to be a clear and concise playthrough of this game. I don't think I quite achieved that. At the end there, I kind of lost my mind. But what's great about Radiance? Well, if you love Mage Knight, I think you're going to dig this game. There's lots of kind of strategy. If you like Dragons of Stone, this is basically a leveled up, more complex version of it. If you like Lord of the Rings LCG, I think this one is also up your alley. Kind of the management of enemies and exploration and attack is really cool. It's got a lot of variety because you can switch in your luminary and your class. I think there's at least 4 of each. They didn't send me all 4 in the prototype, but I believe I've heard them saying at least 4 of each. So that's already 16 combinations. And you can see they change a lot because your cards change, your powers change. Now, you're not using every power every time. You can see that I definitely did not leverage these as well as I could have, and I forgot the possibility of exhausting them for the entire game. That probably would have been a useful thing to remember at least once. But yeah, the powers are cool. The cards are super varied. Now, it is a mathy game. It is a thinky game. You can see how like crazy the combinations become. You do have to read a lot when you're figuring out like which power to use. I mean, you'll get to know them because there's only 6 cards per type of character. But certainly this can be an intimidating game. That's why I'm comparing it to like Mage Knight or Lord of the Rings LCG. It's not like a light little quick playing game like maybe Dragons of Stone, to bring that one up again. There's also tons of difficulty modifiers. So even against the easiest boss, I kind of struggled there. So you could start with some free experience. They have companions you can add in that can also level up and give you like even more tactical options to make the game easier. But then they also have mini-boss versions of the bosses you can add in. There's also going to be side quests. Those are in the rules, but not in the prototype I was sent. And just lots of stuff. And the cool thing is it's all modular, so you can mix and match. So like if you want to play with a mini-boss, but you know you're going to get your butt kicked, you can also start with more experience and also have a companion to back you up. So yeah, if you're into complex adventure games with kind of meaty strategy and tactical choices, I think this one is awesome. Now, a little warning, you can see, I think I survived it and maybe didn't cheat too much, but you can see how things can ramp up. And if things go badly and you're like not able to travel for several turns, you're going to get more enemies, which is going to make it tougher for you not to travel. So there is the potential for a snowball effect, especially when you're first learning. That's why you might want to play on an easier difficulty and just have more things kind of backing you up. There's also a decent amount of luck in which location cards you pull. Like you might just get all the wrong things at the wrong time and travel in a bad direction too quickly. You do have this fetch action that lets you pick the exact location card you can use, but that's only usable mid to late game. So, you know, you might already be in a bad way. You saw that sometimes you'll draw like the wrong dust card at the wrong time and get 2 points instead of 1. I mean, that's kind of as bad as it gets. Or you might have like all photonic defense enemies, but you only kept physical attacks. Or, you know, I guess that would be good. You only kept photonic attacks. But to be fair, pretty much everything is open information besides that. So you can see what's coming. Like you're choosing which cards to use this turn, which means you'll know what you have for next turn. It's just that that's a lot of strategy at first. So again, this is a thinking person's game. This is not a light, quick adventure game. Even at the lowest difficulty, you still have to read and think through a lot. So I'll just emphasize it one more time. If you like Mage Knight, you're going to love this game, I think. But if Mage Knight or those heavier adventure games break your brain, maybe stay away. This will not be that easy for you. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Hopefully that was a clear teach. Hopefully I didn't get a billion rules wrong, because I know a lot of you are backing this one and are trying to decide to keep your pledge or not, so hopefully that helped you make that decision. And a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Steve Wren, Pedro Lucas, Miles, KCW, Andrew R., and Chris C. We'll see you at the next stop.